Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back into the Captain's Draft 4.0 NA Grand Finals. We are here with game number 3, a potential elimination game, a potential game for Complexity Gaming to get through and get to Washington, D.C. to play in the Captain's Draft 4.0 minor in the winter. We'll see if they can't win this game and take a 3-0 sweep over another really great squad, Immortals, now down 0-2 here in this best-of-5 series. They've got to find something in this game. They've got to have a good draft. They've got to have good play in order to get back into it. But all things considered, I would say, Purge, that Complexity have looked absolutely amazing in this series so far.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. Their playstyles have been a little bit different every game, but still there's a lot of like framing and similar things, like split pushing in the mid game, being really safe and efficient with their farming patterns. But their team fighting has been like really solid, very good decision making across the board. So I don't know, it just feels like maybe Immortals is having trouble with Captain's Draft a little bit,
Right.
at least in these last 2 drafts, by picking stuff that makes sense to their playstyle. Because it seems like Cole is being, has really good versatility. And they've always been, maybe I'm speaking out of my ass here, but I feel like Cole has been a little bit more flexible in their hero picks.
Oh, I agree completely. I think especially Z-Freak, Limp, Chessie, all those guys. I think of, I mean, already you've seen Z-Freak play 2 vastly different heroes in this particular series. So I agree with you. I think they have a lot of versatility for sure. And that'll start everything off with a Z-Freak potential Rubik here, which he's a big fan of. And the hero is really good right now with the null field change too. So pretty good stuff for Complexity.
Yeah. I think that's why it's just picked here, just because it's a pretty good pick in the regular pro scene, so it's an easy opening. Kind of good against everything. Yeah, these are basically like, except for the Ricky maybe, these are meta picks, right?
Yeah, I
Ogre
think
Magi
so.
has been played a lot in the pro scene, especially at Dota Pit. So is Rubik. Ricky has been popular in pubs at least. I'm not quite sold on his hero versatility and viability right now, but he definitely did get some pretty good buffs. So I don't know, we'll see where they go with this.
Yeah, Ricky's really interesting now. It's a hero that we didn't see a lot of in the past few months, past few patches, but he could do some work here in terms of having an invis hero roaming around the map. Could be really good, getting some vision down. Getting that vision of Complexity so you know where they are. You could try to take a fight on your terms. Looking at the rest of the pool, what exactly are we lacking on? We have some decent support still available. We have some pretty good mids as well. There's the Sand King coming out for Complexity. Potential offlaner support pick. We'll see.
I feel like Zeus is pretty good this game on Cole's side. I guess that's kind of rough against Ricky, though, is the negative, but I feel like with Rubik and Sand King, these are like heroes that can basically defend you with stuns. You could just sit on the backline and blast away. But maybe Invoker is like a much safer pick there.
And we'll see. There's
Okay, they go Jakiro.
This makes
so
sense.
That'll be their solo core, basically, that gives them that 1v1 potential matchup that they might want to abuse. It's also here that Immortals picks very often also, so I assume it'll be like Moo playing it in maybe a 1v1 situation. Yeah, that's probably my expectation. I guess they could play mid too if they really want to. There's a lot of options.
The thing that I'm concerned about, I'm not necessarily concerned, but I'm not sure about, is we've seen Sand King essentially in Captain's Draft only played in like the off. That's not true. We've actually seen it a couple of times in the support position, but I think it's much more commonly an offlaner now. I don't actually know. I can't even remember if that's correct. All right, well, never mind. Forget what I was just saying, but I like the Jakiro either way. That's all you need to know. That's
It's tower push is the other really good thing that it provides. Good team fight, good tower push.
Right.
Combos well with Sand King Rubik. It's a good start to the draft.
Also,
it's kind of hard to see where it's going to go.
You can get a Void pick again for Complexity, and like that would be really good because Jakiro, Rubik even's pretty good. Yeah. Sand King's not bad with Epicenter. I think this is a good Void game for Complexity, honestly.
Yeah, I would definitely agree. It gives them like a little bit of everything they might want to use against these guys.
All right.
And especially against like I guess Face's Void against Ricky is a little scary though, because ganking him is definitely very possible, because all you need is a smoke cloud and like a regular amount of disables and he'll be punished as well.
Right. They will pick up the Phantom Assassin, however. That is an Immortals pick through and through with the QOPA coming out. That's
It's so good here, because basically the 2 of the 3 heroes that Cole picked here, the Rubik and the Jakiro, very vulnerable to physical damage, because they don't really have very high armor. Rubik has weak HP and low armor. Jakiro just has low armor, basically. So I think if PA runs away with the game a little bit, or gets a relatively good time Deso or whatever build she happens to go, she can definitely be very effective in mid-game fights. This is a good pick.
It's important to note, I don't know how good it is here. Limp played Tiny yesterday, and he made the hero look amazing. Now Earthshaker coming out for Immortals next. Really good lockdown. Probably going to be their offlaner, one would assume. And that leaves their mid lane still up in the air. But like I said, Complexity could grab Tiny. I don't think they will. I think there's Still the Void you could grab, maybe not now anymore, but you might want to think about it.
10 seconds remaining.
Yeah, I was wondering if Earthshaker would be picked that much with his changes, because he got a couple nerfs to like how much damage Enchant Totem would do with strength and things like that. But he definitely will still be very viable here. Interrupt Sanking, Burrow Strikes, not interrupt the Burrow Strike, but interrupt Epicenter.
Right.
Initiate would be really good. That way, if PA's jumping in. All right, I'm actually very curious to see how this works.
So he played it yesterday.
I'm not sure how to play it.
He played it yesterday. He essentially went what Old Tiny was. He went mid. He maxed his toss first. Avalanche was the second thing he maxed. Then he got a point and tree grab. Okay. And he built it the same way you would build a normal Tiny, except for that he built Manta style, which made sense because he was like, something was locking him down that he could Manta out of. I forget what it was, but that's one of the reasons why he built it. And also to get some good armor, I guess, too, was another issue. He went like Treads, Drum, Blink, Manta, AC, I think was the build he went. I'm pretty sure.
Huh. Okay. Interesting. The drum pickup I wouldn't have thought of either, but guess more mana pool, mana regen, all that stuff. Huh.
Yeah, it was really interesting to see at the time, but it worked out. I mean, the thing is, even though he didn't have any armor, he was just destroying people with toss Avalanche combo, and like he was tossing people back like crazy. There was a Pudge in the game, and that was played by Kyle, and he would toss him back onto Kyle like literally every time he had a toss available. So it was pretty impressive stuff from Limp Tiny.
Yeah, the hero seems. The last round of buffs definitely helped a lot, like a little bit of attack speed buff at 6, and some of the other changes I think were nice. But I'm not super sold on the hero yet. I feel like he wouldn't be prioritized if it wasn't Captain's Draft. With the other side thing to add is that there's a lot of minus armor sources coming from Immortals hero. At least like PA is almost for sure going to get a Deso, or at least the -4 armor perk at 15.
Right.
So like his lack of armor is going to be potentially very costly this game, especially against like a Bloodlusted PA or Ricky.
Yeah, she gets a
crit. If they're slapping away at that guy, like he can get killed real quick.
I agree completely. These crits can destroy him. Now they'll grab somebody in the opposite direction, the Terrorblade. Wow. All right.
And that's a really good pick. There are some disables. There's a smoke cloud from Immortals, but it gives them another source of physical damage. It's a hero that's not resistant, or he's extremely resistant to raw physical damage and very resistant to minus armor. So I think it really covers their draft in a really good way. It's kind of like pick all the squishies first, let them react, and then pick the strong cores that can react well against their cores.
I think you're absolutely right. It's just really well rounded. I agree completely. And well, there is a lone druid from Immortals. This game could start turning into a kind of a quick one, or it could go really late, and either team could take this. I mean, looking at the draft, I mean, the big question mark is going to be the Limp Tiny, I think. And I actually do like Immortals draft a lot. Maybe the Febby Ricky is kind of going to be interesting, but I think you're probably I want to get your thoughts on the draft altogether, like between the two teams.
I definitely think I like the complexity draft a little bit better, but I kind of like the lone druid. I think it has some good potential there. Well, it's actually going to be a core Sanking, so... Alright, yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I knew it.
Jakiro support. Yeah, I guess that made a lot more sense, huh?
Yeah.
Well, it's like the old standard, but we've been seeing a lot more core Jakiro lately.
Yep.
Either way, I think Lone Druid can make some stuff happen here. I'm just not sold. I'd like he's a survivable core, and I think that's what they're going for here. And it should be pretty good against Tiny, as long as they can keep Tiny away from them.
Right. That's the issue.
I don't know. We'll see. I feel like Febby kind of has a tough game ahead of him. Unless he snowballs a little bit, then he can kind of get out of control again because of all the minus armor. We'll see how the game plays out based on lanes, I guess.
They have two roaming supports. They have an Ogre who likes being in mid and harassing down whoever's there, and then they have the Ricky who could just roam all over the map. And
yeah,
it's kind of interesting.
Something else that Cole has a big advantage is that with Cole running a Sand as a core, that means that Sand King versus other melee hero is going to be a really big advantage. So if it's like Sand King versus Lone Druid, it's not a big deal because the bear can take the damage. But if it's against like a PA or an Earthshaker, that's really what Cole wants to aim to do. They want to have this like Sand King 1v1 matchup against a melee hero.
And we'll see how that matchup will go. I mean, it depends on where everybody moves in the beginning of this game. But maybe they'll play musical lanes again. We've seen a lot of that in this tournament. A lot of lane shifting. Oh, no. I have the bug where I don't have my freaking... All right. I might just leave real quick and come back in. I don't have my cursor, and it makes it super annoying.
You don't need a mouse cursor. No, that's fine. Go ahead. Do you want me to narrate everything?
Yeah.
They're walking across the map slowly. They have some items. Nothing out of the ordinary. Have you disconnected yet? Or should
Yeah, I just disconnected. Keep going.
Okay, good. I didn't want to like narrate stupidly when people can actually see. Oh, there's actually a 5-man smoke from Phil. I'm not messing with you at all.
No.
Literally, they're at they're at bot rune.
I'm reconnecting.
Z-Freak is approaching first, but Q's sitting on the right side on the high ground next to the boundary. He breaks the smoke. It's just Sanking. But I think that's going to be enough. Nobody's going to die. Cole is still wrapping it with 4. Sanking backs up just a little bit. They're about to snipe down. Here they come.
Yeah, I'm in.
They're getting ready to lift. Right, go ahead, Mott. Take it away.
Telekinesis, they're going to start it off. They've got the Avalanche to come in as well. QO is in trouble with the dual breath. Good Phantom Strike away. Moo looking for more. And freaking Cursor still isn't fixed, by the way, which is really super annoying. But you know what?
Mott, get out of here. I'll handle it.
No.
Kyle is slowly walking down.
No. I'll just deal with it for now. It's annoying. I apologize, guys. I'll have to do this little thing and drag, but I don't know why this keeps happening. It's really frustrating. Anyway, QO getting chased down perhaps a little bit. They're really diving in deep, but he's going to Phantom Strike himself away. So no level 1 stifling. Gets the Phantom Strike to save his own life. Really well played. In the meantime, Z-Freak will TP to the top rune spot. Febby's going to try to take this. It's going to be close. They need to drop a sentry maybe. He might just come in and grab this, and it looks like he will. Z-Freak gets in time. They'll get 3. Are they going to get the 4th? They're going to get all 4. All 4 bounty runes are going to go to Complexity's side. What a start for them.
Dude,
thanks indeed. Sick. Don't give up.
That's a good feeling, man. Febby's got to be sad though. That was his bounty. It was right there.
It was. It really was. Man, he was so close. He needed to spam. He spams though, and he starts auto attacking. And then he maybe just dies if Z-Freak has detection. He does have a sentry too. But all right, we'll see how these lanes shape up. Who is the Sand King going to be up against? It looks like he's bottom for now. And is it against the Lone Druid? It sure is.
Yep.
So that's unfortunate for him.
Sentry? It's like his predicted lanes, basically.
Oh, Z-Freak takes the sentry out that Febby had. That's nice. So now Febby can't really stay top. He can't really do anything, I don't think.
That's really tough. I mean, and he could have basically just bullied Z-Freak. If he gets that sentry, he's in a really good spot. And now it's just Frev in a really tough matchup. Earthshaker's fine as a laner. He's okay, but he's not amazing.
Right. It's going to be a little tough for sure.
On the bright side, Febby can do stuff, right? Like, he's just going to go roam now.
Yeah, he's already attacking Kyle. They're going toe-to-toe. This is now a tri-lane for Immortals. It won't be like that forever. QO is doing a good job CSing. Dubu can deny this really easily because the attack speed for Tiny is so slow. The animation is really rough. So they'll drop another sentry, though. Febby needs to be careful. In fact, he knows there's a sentry. The creep attacked him. Frickin' range creeped every time.
They do have a large acquisition range.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Oh, they've got toss as well. They're going for the toss combo here. Limp's going to try to do an avalanche into toss with the Jakiro.
It's not easy.
Somebody get it close. I mean, if you stun somebody for 1 second, you're definitely going to get him. He's getting really close. Here it is.
There, this throw back, and this is going to be maybe first blood. The ice path will hit. Dubu's in trouble. Going to go for the TP. Not making it out. The tower hit will do the job. And it's the creeps that get the kill, too. That was beautifully done from Limp. That was something they didn't really accomplish in the game yesterday, and they do it now.
It's a really good attempt from Dubu as well. I never would have thought to TP instantly, but he almost gets out of there in time. Just a little bit too much damage.
He's like 8 armor, too. That's like surprising. The fact that the tower is able to do that much damage. They're all able to do that much damage. It was actually a really good idea because of how tanky the Ogre is. It almost worked.
Yeah, absolutely. And that would have been a counter for, or an anti-first blood. A don't give them first blood situation.
Exactly.
You know, if this Ogre just picked his club off the ground, he would run a whole lot faster, dude. This has got to be slowing him down. Like, he is just so slow now.
The Ogre Club. Also an item. Maybe that's what it is.
Might get pressured here.
Limp in
the rookie shows up.
They're going to look for... He's got Bro, I believe. No, 5 seconds. Meanwhile, mid lane, they're looking for Limp. They've got the Fire Blast along with the Ignite. He's fine. Back down bottom. Moose still getting chased by Febby, but it looks like everything's okay. They've rotated the Jakiro top lane. Now he's TPing back mid, interestingly enough, as Limp needs a little bit more help. The bottle coming out. And we'll slow things down a little bit.
He's ready for the toss combo.
QO just needs to walk up a little bit. Avalanche is going to go. Toss. Can he get it off? He sure can. Ice Path comes out. This is beautiful. The dual breath. He's got Phantom Strike. He might die. The tower hit. One more auto attack. Limp gets it done. Nicely done again. The toss combination. Man, Kyle and Limp, they're on the very same page right now, let me tell you.
Yeah, they're doing this perfectly. He walks up to him, and then as the hero's in the air, he even walks a couple, like 100 units backwards to make it even worse.
Moo just got a kill on the bare bottom. He might die for it. It's almost worth it at this point. He has another burrow in, too, but he has to get the mango in. He's eating his way out. The mango up in 2. He can maybe make it. He's fine, I think. Oh! Burrow comes in. Febby, one more auto attack. Maybe he will die still. Febby just needs one auto attack. Solo, the smoke screen slow, and Moo is going to live. That is unbelievable. Moo makes it out. He can even go for a TP. So not only does he get the bear kill, but he survives as well.
Febby's chasing. Oh, he's...
No,
he could have gotten the kill.
No, he's gone the other direction. See you later.
He definitely could have had that kill. He had Blink Strike mana there. He just didn't chase.
Yeah, but you didn't know. That's the issue. Because he saw the TP, I think, maybe. No, I think actually it was in the backpack. Maybe he could have gone for the kill. Not sure.
Yeah, I guess he was expecting the teleport, perhaps. But
still, really good stuff for Moo. 300 gold is a lot at this early stage of the game, so that's going to help him a fair bit.
Oh,
Nice.
the toss back mid again.
Phantom Strike came out. There's the dual breath. Cubo is still in trouble. Want charges. Here comes Febby. Now Limp's the one maybe getting caught. There's the toss. Another big kill onto QO, and Limp might be next. The trade? Is it a possibility? Absolutely not. Fade Bolt. Z-Freak not in range for telekinesis. Is a little too far away. But Febby and Dubu just not getting anything done in this mid lane. They're losing QO now twice in a row.
I mean, it's hard to play a PA against a heavy burst nukers. Like, even level 3 on Jakiro now, he deals 200 magic damage with dual breath. So he just shows up here and blasts him. It's just burning through his regen super fast. He even has to buy more.
Yeah, it doesn't feel very good. He's doing okay in CSing, 22 to the 19, which is good news. Meantime, top lane, maybe they're going to make a go. There's the reflection. Do they have lift? They do. It'll come out. Fade Bolt's available as well. Here comes the enchant totem. And he might be able to live. Fade Bolt's going to be close. He can't get in range. The silence came out. That was actually huge. Chessie might be dead for this too now. He's got a salve coming out of his cooldown, or rather his backpack, excuse me. Speaking of which, Forev's coming in looking for an auto attack. Chessie's going to salve up. They cancel it. But now they're going to turn their attention towards Z-Freak. Chessie's coming back in. There's the reflection. We'll slow him down. Phantom Strike, or rather Blink Strike this time. Chessie still getting chased. He's actually in a lot of trouble here. Do they have Fisher? He doesn't have the mana for it. Chessie's so close to making it away, and he will. They're both going to survive, but now at least meta is on cooldown.
What a weird fight, man.
Uh-oh, Z-Freak.
Oh, he wants to go back in.
Oh, Febby, the Blink Strike gets the kill. Z-Freak stays too long. Forev has his Fisher. It's still like 25 mana. Chessie needs to be very careful, but... All right.
He's going to be okay here. Well, I mean, Febby could go back in a couple seconds here. But it's going to have to be under tower. They can't really tank it too much, so I think that pretty much ends the aggression there.
Yeah. Still, Chessie's going to kind of have to back up for now. They have a TP coming in from Z-Freak, who I think brought him a salve. He did. That's good news. And a clarity, too. But it gets canceled by Fisher. Nice. All right. Slight advantage here, Purge, for complexity. But again, they're CSing really well with his Lone Druid bottom, especially.
I
As
feel like
I
he's
say
so
that,
punchable, though. There it is.
Oh,
great
the
play there
Savage
by
Roar. Oh, Moo. He almost had it. The Dual Breath is doing a lot of damage, but Moo needs to leave. He's got no Burrow for 3, no mana for it either. He will have it now.
It was slightly lucky how MP did that, but it was so cool because he puts the bear away. That way, when he gets Burrow Strike, he can resummon the bear to himself, recall the bear to himself, and then use the Savage Roar. Because if they're on top of each other and he Burrow Strikes both of them, that doesn't happen. So he was a little lucky in that when the bear got recalled or returned, that it didn't land on the ice path. That would have ruined things. So slightly unlucky there for Cole, but super sick play from MP to react to that.
Yeah, MP making sure he gets himself out of a bad situation. He'll try to build into Midas. And despite Complexity having a fairly good early game in terms of laning, getting kills, you're still maybe going to have to worry about this Lone Druid getting farmed. And the PA also jungling now too. So still very early on in this game is essentially what I'm saying here, Kevin.
It is 7 minutes, man. Gold is even. Ogre's still dragging his club on the ground.
Pick that thing up, man. You're strong enough. He's lazy.
Remember when Ogre used to have a good end game?
Yeah.
It's been a while.
It didn't. It doesn't make sense with the lore anymore.
I mean, it technically makes. I mean, the lore is accurate now, but the problem is you can't build him like a carry anymore because he doesn't have as much int, and that makes me sad.
I missed that type of thing. Hype
It's
Ogre
okay.
carry.
He's got cool talents. It's okay.
All right.
100 cast range. Carry with that.
Easy. Avalanche toss. Combination's not really there, but it's a lot of damage being dealt to QO, who does have 61 charges. By the way, meta plus Jakiro. Jakiro's not even here. They just get to use meta to get this tier 1 tower top lane. They'll try to set up on bottom for Kyle. They have the Spirit Bear, which is really good. It does have Demolish now, so the towers will take a lot of damage as well. But Complexity will... they'll take the first tier 1 tower of the game, and perhaps they can find more elsewhere. But again... Bottom is being set up. QO will dive the tower. They should have some TPs. They're really getting in there. They're going underneath. TP's going to come out on 1. Now 2. Dual Breath hitting up. QO, I think, avoided it. Ice Path, nicely done. This is already really bad. Avalanche comes in. That's a good Savage Roar. Burrow Strike comes out. It's just under the bear. If they all make it away here, it would be a miracle. And it actually might, because that Savage Roar was so good. But top lane, they're going to try to find Z-Freak. He's going to get taken down. So Immortals will find a little bit of a... Not even a trade. They'll get the bear on the other side, at least, for... I think it was Limp, but still. They could have gotten so much more there.
Yeah, I really thought that it was going to go better, but yeah, Savage Roar, perfect timing, especially if it separates the Avalanche and the toss. It limits your damage by a huge amount.
Well, this is looking pretty good for Complexity, even with that fight not going the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, the only negative is that Z-Freak's been having trouble making anything happen here. He's trying to catch up to PA, but that hero is faster than himself. And
he walks into the reflection of Chessie. He doesn't have meta, though. And I don't think they can find this. Stifling Dagger comes out. They're kind of baiting a little bit, although Forev is a little too far away. Limp really needs a Blink Dagger in order for this to get easier for them in terms of finding targets, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, it makes a huge difference. Especially because the faster he gets it, the earlier his chances of... That's weird, he didn't break the clarity. The earlier he gets it, the better his chance of just like repeatedly one-shotting people.
Bottom lane.
Really the biggest hero at Vulnerable is PA.
Speaking of vulnerable heroes, Dubu might tick down to the Liquid Fire. He's actually alive. And another Savage Roar, he will actually go, but they will trade it 1-for-1, which is really good because MP gets the kill, and they might find 2. Kyle getting dove, but they need an entangle. They need something along those lines. Kyle's trying to get into the tree line. First hit entangle. Nope, no such luck. Third hit entangle. Smoke screen comes out. Wow, this RNG is really bad.
9.
Acropire comes in, just clearing out the wave. Do they have detection? I don't think so. So Febby will be fine.
All right, his next hit's instant entangle though. But Bloodlusted Bear is so... Look how big this thing is.
It's giant. Well.
Someday?
Someday. Come on, right here.
He shouldn't even hit it with his bear.
Oh,
yeah,
my God. Top lane.
He was prepped, dude.
Forev, Chessie, Telekinesis. Nice kill. Meta used. And now the pressure begins on this tier 2 tower top lane as well.
All right. I think Cole's doing a great job of... Even though this game feels like mid-game where all the lanes are pressured in and stuff's happening, they're doing a really good job of like moving their important heroes around to get the disables off and combo kill.
Uh-oh, MP in trouble. Fire Blast onto Limp. Savage Roar about to go. They have the toss combination. MP's low, and again, he's going to live. He's going to live. Nope, he goes down to Caustic Finale. Just kidding. I spoke too soon.
Okay. Well, halfway to Blink Dagger on Tiny, another good rotation.
QO jumping in. They're looking for Chessie. What a Fisher block. Stolen by Z-Freak. That's huge. Now QO getting auto-attacked. Stolen again, by the way. They missed the Ice Path, but the Dual Breath is going to come in. Macropyre dropped down as well. QO in. A lot of trouble. Telekinesis. Just needs a couple more auto-attacks. He's got a Phantom Strike away. Febby's in the battle as well. Tricks of the Trade, not enough to bring him down. He doesn't have Sunder. He does have Wand Charges. I wonder if he has an extra skill point. He doesn't, actually. Echo Slam onto Kyle. This will be the kill that they want. And they're going to trade and get a lot out of this, actually, going the way of Immortals. Maybe they get another. No, they can't chase him down. Good attempts, though. Oh, the Entangle bottom. Sand King. Savage roared. He's fine.
Okay. For a drum of his own on Sand King. And Urn? Yeah, drum Urn. Interesting.
Ooh, I like it.
Just a lot of like passive mana regen, I guess. I guess he's aiming for that being his mana sustain. It's a lot easier to do that than it was in the past, that's for sure. And Urn is one of the best for that, considering the cost and how much mana regen it provides you.
I also like it because he doesn't have to be the one initiating. Usually if you're a Sand King, you want to get Blink Dagger as early as possible, but with Lim having a Blink, it means that he could just follow up with a drum instead of getting the Blink immediately. Fisher, Toss coming out. Forev still fine. He has to run, though. And again, Limp doesn't have a Blink to follow this up with, but he's getting there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, good invulnerability on that Courier. Toss on QO. Limp taking a bit of a damage here. Avalanche comes out. They have Fisher still available, and it blocks him again. Z-Freak will probably give his life for this, though. Maybe not. Telekinesis Fadebolt gets the kill. QO just jumps into his death. And now Z-Freak still running. Febby trying to chase. Couldn't quite do it. He has another Blink Strike in a couple of seconds. 2 seconds, in fact, but they have to back up. They can't go for the kill. Because guess what? Yep. Tier 1 Tower's also following mid.
Nice. They're doing such a good job split attacking like this.
It's
like
insane.
If he goes in and tries to kill Z-Freak there, then that's a dead Ricky, guaranteed, because Limp is just sitting there ready to combo. So hard playing against it.
I mean, QO, another death to him as well, which is problematic. I think he's trying to build Battle Fury. Kyle getting chased down to the mid lane. Febby's looking for this. Can he get another good Entangle proc? Nope. Maybe next one? Oh my god. This is unbelievable. He's still dead, obviously. Fisher almost saved him. Moo thought about going in. Oh, he misses Febby. The dust comes out too late. Avalanche, good combo onto MP and but they're all really low. The Savage Roar will keep him alive yet again. This bear's about to go down. Fadebolt comes out. They've got some illusions to come through. The tricks of the trade. Chessie pops the meta. They finally get MP. His move finally gets in there where their burrows try to secure the kill. Fisher hits up onto Dubu. Ignite, Fire Blast, not going to be off in time. Another Avalanche. Toss back. They even got the telekinesis as the toss was happening in midair. And they are just firing on all cylinders. Complexity, again, they're syncing up like Voltron at this point, and they are taking buildings and fights as well.
Yeah, I mean, all their magic bursts is working out so well. They toss Sand King to the backline so he can burrow strike the weak guy. Just makes team fights so easy. And it doesn't even matter that Tiny has 0 armor at this point because they haven't given their opponents a chance to actually farm items.
Yeah, it's kind of insane how little farm they have, especially on MP, who's got a Midas. He's ways away from his Radiance.
His bear's dead for 75 seconds, it looks like. So.
Yep. They'll find...
during the fight.
Febby was found bottom, gets dropped there. That is another big kill going the way of Complexity, and they continue to accrue this advantage. They have the Tiny Blink now. Speaking of Blink Daggers, Forev is going to have his momentarily. He doesn't have Arcanes, but with the Soul Ring, with this Blink, they might be able to find some good fights finally for Forev and for Immortals here.
I mean, that can definitely change stuff, but they're going to need to have good vision on their opponents. And then they have to initiate first before they go in. I guess they have an Invis Hero, so they should have the means to do it, but based on how things have been going so far, I don't feel very good about their follow-up damage even.
Right. I agree.
If Forev really wanted a solo kill there against the Terrorblade, that would have been huge.
Yeah, not able to really do so in the Echo Slam, so... He has the Blink now, but here's the immediate smoke from Complexity as his Blink comes out. Dubu might get caught here, walking a little far up. Kyle will not break the smoke, not yet anyway. They'll wrap in the jungle, and you can see there's not much room for Mortals to farm. They're farming kind of in this area. They will find Dubu. In fact, he walks back. Spell was stolen. Ice Path, that I believe is Fire Blast, maybe Ignite. I'm not sure. I think it's Ignite. Can't.
That's check. Ignite.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right, good stuff. They have the offensive null field on now. I think he just got this level of null field. He might have had it earlier, actually. I'm not sure.
Such a good skill. 10% for 1 skill point offensive magic resistance reduction. Especially when they're comboed with the Tiny. Like, everything about their draft fits together so well. The only thing that doesn't do magic damage is Terrorblade.
Yeah, and he doesn't need it.
Beautiful, man.
He does so much physical damage with the meta. They're going to take the tier 2 tower. Might go for a trade. Bottom is still full HP. They can threaten high ground now if they wanted to. As long as they stay bottom, there's always that possibility for them to move high ground. Do they have meta? They sure do. Limp also had tree grab. He's got toss to be able to push down these towers even faster. You could see it. The Bloodlust will come out, but this tier 3 is in some serious trouble, and I don't even know how you fight this. Moves up on the high ground now. Needs to be careful. Just kind of sitting in this nook, but they've spotted him already. Tier 3 is gone. They will smoke up for Immortals. They need to take a fight. They have the Blink Dagger for Forev, but look at Moo. He's running in. He's got Burrow. They will use that smoke screen for now. Sandstorm comes out. They have plenty of damage from Chessie still going to work on these buildings, and I think if you're Complexity, you don't really need to stay that much longer. Avalanche toss, Kiwo in trouble, so too is Febby. Echo Slam coming in, they really want this kill. He's got Sunder available. Echo stolen by Zefric. What a play! Getting a killing spree. Kyle will get the double. This might be an Epicenter coming out there, forced to buy back onto Kiwo. MP is tossed back into the Epi. He's getting ticked down by the urn. Immortals will lose another. It's a double kill for Zefric, and he deserves it. Zefric now dominating. His Rupik has been absolutely on point tonight. What a fight going the way of Complexity there.
Yeah, it was so good, too. It looks so good for Immortals with the Echo Slam. They jump on the Terrorblade, they go for the Disable, but he got pushed out of the way, and as a result, there wasn't any fallout from Earthshaker. And then it came down to Cole finally reacting, which was just chain AoE nukes. And everybody just gets cleaned up instantly. And now that they lost to Rax, they still got tier 2 towers on the map, but now it looks so bad for Immortals. That's an 11k advantage at 17 minutes.
I mean, that was the perfect timing for Complexity to go. Immortals, they couldn't decide. They wanted to get the tier 1 tower. They didn't want to get back home. By the time they get back to their base, the tier 3 is already gone, and they just cannot fight into Chessie. They tried. They really tried, but Z-Freak is on another level along with the rest of his team where they're just playing out of their minds. Limp's tiny. It's continuing to be a presence. He is super good in this game, and he's making the hero look dominant.
So now they get Aegis, so they have more safety in the next team fight. PA is still trying to finish QO. He's trying to finish his Battle Fury, which is basically going to be the beginning of his farm.
Yeah.
Just a really bad spot for Immortals here.
He doesn't even have it yet, so he's still ways away. Here we go. Like Immortals, they're going to run into Z-Freak. Stifling Dagger, he might get jumped on. Instead, they're looking for a Limp. That's a lot of damage. They maybe can get this kill. He might get crit twice. He's going to get forced away somehow. Z-Freak again. They'll still bring him down, but it looks like it might be a 1-for-1 trade, maybe even more than that. Moo looking for the Burrow Strike, just missed it. Now he pops the drum. Frev does have Blink in 2 seconds, still getting ticked down by the urn. And they can still chase this. Another Burrow's back up in one. The urn continues to tick. He will get this kill with a Burrow strike in a moment. And there it is. Now Febby on the other side of the fight. Stifling Dagger was stolen by Z-Freak, who continues to use these spells wildly. And, of course, getting all of these kills out of it as well. Dual Breath. Veil was dropped down. That's more than enough to secure another kill for Z-Freak. A mega kill spree. This Rubik is 5-2 and 8. And, yes, they lost Limp, but that was not a good fight still, even for Immortals.
Yeah, it took everything they had just to get him low, and even then he still gets his combo off, which kind of accomplishes a lot of what Tiny needs to do. So, just, the game looks pretty one-sided at this point. They've got great pushing, they've got good team fight, they have the huge farm advantage, and Immortals needs like their PA to get an item and the Lone Druid to get Radiance for them, even to match them.
Man.
The net worths are just three Cole heroes are all ahead of everybody on the Dire team.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, that's the big news, and Z-Freak has been so impressive in this tournament to me. He's played absolutely phenomenally. He's played so many different heroes. We had a Wind Ranger from him, and then in Game 2, he played the Chen, which was absolutely outstanding. And now in this game, the Rubik, really making some space for the rest of his team to work with. And they will try to take the last outer tower, this Tier 2 now getting assaulted by Moo. And Immortals, they need to get some lucky crits. They need a lot more farm in their Lone Druid as well as QO on the PA, and they need a lot more, is essentially what I'm saying.
Alright, the tower's dead. Now it just comes down to the last sets of racks. And I feel like if they win one big fight in the enemy base, it's all over. So they need to defend this, and the best way they can do so is going to be Earthshaker. If Earthshaker can land some like glory dunk combos, they can definitely win everything. I think Z-Freak even goes defensive on no field right now. I think that's the only way they lose.
We'll see. Right now they're holding on, trying to get this bottom lane of racks. Febby is getting good vision behind. Fisher will come in onto 2, Enchant Totem. They'll take the Tier 1 for QO. They were kind of just wasting time. Zubu almost gets crushed by Kyle. Tier 3 will fall. Chessie continues to make illusions, and he'll continue on with his Metamorphosis. No real need to get too crazy here for Complexity. They could just slow siege. Dust comes in. They can't find the Ricky. They've got the tree grab up, and slow but steady for Complexity. They force out the Glyph. Now they're going to pop another illusion here, looking for Forev, just making sure they can cancel Blink Daggers, pushing them back, and Complexity, they're fine. They're absolutely fine. They drop a ward, by the way, literally on top of Febby. Oh, now they see him. Telekinesis comes in. Lift, Dual Breath, Fade Bolt. Huge kill. Easily done. Another kill going the way of Complexity. Now they can even think about going further and going for the rest of this racks, but they might just back up and be happy with it.
Maybe they do Roche first. Maybe they just finish it. I'm not sure, but I feel like Roche is safer.
Agreed.
We've got a DD as well. Vlad's pick up on Sand King. They're basically just all in here. They're not all in, but they're thinking like, let's just easily snowball this. Let's end the game. Let's take the win. Get out of here.
I mean, there are ways you can win this fight for Immortals, but a lot of it relies on a couple of lucky entangles and a good Echo Slam, and then QO getting a lot of RNG in terms of his procs with the Mask of Madness, his crits. And he'll have to survive in the fight, too, which is difficult. They have so much lockdown. But as you mentioned earlier, Complexity will head into the Roche Pit. This is going to be just going down the checklist, making sure you've got everything you want before trying to finish the game off. And that's just Aegis picked up now for Complexity, and nothing that really Immortals can do about it.
Well, there it is. They're so... Oh, wait, never mind. I thought that was on Jakiro for some reason. I was like, they're so far ahead that they don't care about Aegis anymore. Now, TB is definitely the guy to pick it up, though. Sells all his small items. He's going to have Manta flying out in a second, and he's working towards BKB. He's super stacked right now, difficult to kill. And there's just one set of racks remaining, more or less. Do we have a Radiance at least?
Yeah, he just picked it up.
All right, the Radiance is done. Yep. The Bear is slow, but there's a Radiance. They have Battle Fear, Mask of Madness on PA. This is their time to shine.
Yeah, they have to have a fight here. They're already down 16k, but one fight can swing it back in about 5k in favor of Immortals, it feels like. There's now a blink on Z-Freak, which makes this even harder, but Immortals will go for a smoke play. They're going to see Moo here, although Moo sees Febby. Now the tricks of the trade coming in, canceled immediately. Moo now silenced up the Fisher, forced away. Nicely done, looking for the Enchant Totem. Spell was stolen. That's Fisher, and that is a dead Forev. Tossed up into the air, his dead body will fall back down to earth. Febby getting caught as well. Epicenter's going to get channeled. Moo can't really find anybody with it. He is no blink, but they will still get QO. They will get 3, and that is GG. Complexity. They 3-0 Immortals in dominant fashion, and they will be moving on to the Captain's Draft 4.0 minor. Play up some of the best, of course, in Washington, D.C. later on this year. My God, Kevin, they absolutely destroyed this series. for the most part.
Yeah, their drafting is just so good. All of the pieces of their draft, somehow they find a way to fit everything together in a good way, and they got all the picks that they wanted in an order where it didn't really reveal what they were gonna do. And by the time they do pick their last 2 cores, they were effective at what they needed them to do.
Yeah, I mean,
and then they also executed almost perfectly. Like they actually played amazing. I can't wait to see how they do in DC.
I think Limp is starting